Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It is me again, Efeolo Akinyemi. It is 12 noon prime time Africa here in Nigeria, and I am welcoming everyone to another episode of our weekly SP Talks program, where we discuss various topics, ranging from industrial topics, soft skills, and everything that would be necessary to transition easily as a student into the industry, and things to note as a student, progressing in our careers. Um, well, today's topic would be on waste management, and I have a student in OAU who will be speaking to us about it. So I'll be welcoming Salam Idris to introduce himself and tell us something about himself. Welcome, Salam Idris. Please introduce yourself and tell us something about yourself. Hello, Salam Idris. Can you hear me? Hello, are you there? Okay, so I apologize. It seems his network is really terrible. So let's wait for him. Hello, Salam Idris. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So welcome to today's episode of SB Talks. Please can you tell us about yourself?
Good afternoon. My name is Salam Idris, a third year undergraduate of Abafemi Awolowo University, Department of Chemical Engineering. So I'll be the one that will be presenting on SPE Talk for today, and I'll be discussing on waste management.
Awesome, awesome. So without wasting so much time, I'll go ahead to present your slide and we'll get right to it. All right. Confirm you can see. Okay. So let's get right into it.
So, okay, what is waste management? So let me start with the keyword waste. So waste is any substance that is no more in use, that can be used, that is discarded, so that is waste. The collection, transportation, transformation, recycling, and disposal of waste such as garbage, trash, refuse, waste from industries, waste from construction sites, waste from
Um, Hello, Salam Idris. Can you hear me? Hello, Salam Idris. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please turn off your video, to improve your network
hello.
quality. Yes, please turn off your video so to help your network.
Okay.
Okay, so can you please
Okay, can you hear
start
me
all
now?
over
I can
again?
hear you.
Yes, yes, I think it's a lot better now. So can you please start, from
Okay,
the
I should start
beginning?
all over
So
again.
yes, yes. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Salam Idris, a third year undergraduate of Abafemi Awolowo University Chemical Engineering Department. So I'll be the guest for today's So what is waste management? Waste management is the collection, transportation, transformation, recycling, and proper disposal of waste such as garbages, refuse, trash, debris from debris from construction sites, waste from sewage, waste from industries, and many others. It is also the treatment of waste, that is removing the usable ones, that is the ones that can be recycled, because nowadays we have companies that do go into recycling, and this is fetching them a lot of money, and many people are now moving to this eco-friendly practice. So we remove the useful ones from the other ones that are not useful. And also before we now transport it, is the waste are transported by the waste officers, and they are transported to waste office. So whereby the waste will now be treated, at least to remove the toxins from them, and also to separate the ones that are okay, that can still be reused, can be recycled. So and and also we also have the recycling section too. These are the people that recycle, that collect the waste after it has been treated, and they now what, recycle it before now discarding the ones that are not useful. So that is that on waste management.
Okay, okay, okay. That that was very short. Well, okay. So that is all from you, right? We can ask questions. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
No,
So
that's not
the
all.
last.
That's all for that. That's all for waste management.
Okay, okay. So go ahead then.
So we can proceed to method of waste disposal or method of waste management. So the first one is landfill. So landfill is a process that is that consists of burying waste. That is, waste are being buried. That is, it consists of a very large portion of land. That is, a large portion of land is used for this purpose, whereby waste will be buried, and it is mostly practiced in developing countries, because many countries nowadays are now moving to safer method that are eco-friendly and also save energy cost, because this method is seen to be very harmful. It has a lot of side effects to human life, aquatic habitats, and also it endangers our environment, at least causing water pollution, air pollution, and also land pollution. So in this method, the waste are buried, and when dis waste are buried, after a very long period of time, microorganism do act on dis waste, whereby releasing the harmful gases such as acetone, methane gases, carbon 4 oxide, carbon 2 oxide. So dis also has effect on greenhouse gases. That is, it causes depletion of our ozone layer, which which is a very serious issue that engineers and scientists are trying to work on these days. That is, they are trying to move to eco-friendly environment. That is, we are trying to adopt an eco-friendly environment whereby there will be reduction in there will be reduction in in fossil fuel. So that's that on landfill. So incineration, and the other method is incineration, or better still, combustion. This is a method of waste disposal in which waste are burned at a very high temperature, which can convert the waste into residues and inert gases. In this method is usually treated, that is, we have some there are method, that is, in the incinerator we have plants whereby they try to decompose the toxins that are present in the waste, thereby making it not having effect on the environment. So it also reduces the volume of solid waste to, let's say, to 10% of the original volume. And this method is usually practiced in developed countries, that is the first class countries, whereby many countries now practice this method instead of landfilling, which impose a lot of as landfilling impose a lot uh of pollution to the environment. So that's that about that. So the third one is recycling and recovery. So recovery is the process of extracting useful discarded material. That is, we extract the useful materials from the main waste. We discard them from the waste. That is, materials that can be reused, and that can, when they are reprocessed, they can be reused. So we separate them from the non-reusable ones, and these items are reprocessed to recover materials and resources, or to convert them to energy in form of energy that can be used, that is, in form of heat, electrical energy, or as a fossil fuel. So now recycling is simply the process of converting waste products into useful products. That is recycling. Again, recycling is the process of converting waste products into useful products. That is that about recycling. The next one is plasma gasification. Plasma gasification is a process, is a device that is used to dispose sewage, as a liquid waste. I mean liquid waste, which usually consists a lot of toxins, that is harmful gases such as methane, acetone, carbon 4 oxide, carbon 2 oxide, and many other harmful gases. So in plasma gasification, plasma gasification do consist of a vessel. In this vessel, we have something that we call plasma torches. And these plasma torches, it helps in decomposing these harmful gases into inert gases. And a plasma torch is, let me use a very good example. Okay, now a very good example is an automobile shop. That is the device used in welding body parts of a car. That's an example of plasma torch. At least the gas that is being emitted from this device is known as this is the gas that is used in decomposing these harmful gases, which are released by the liquid waste, which are released by the liquid waste from our industries and from our factories, from 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 burning of from other sources as well. So dis operate at a very high temperature, whereby dis waste are being burned, and dis does not produce what is it called, does not produce fumes, it does not produce fume, unlike incineration that do produce fumes. So it burns at a very high temperature, creating something we call gasification zone. This gasification zone is a point whereby the liquid waste are being converted to what we call synthesis gas, that is the carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas. And this hydrogen gas are being treated in this plasma gasification by the plasma torches, such that they reduces their effectiveness, that is they become diluted. So they become diluted such that even when they are emitted to the environment, it has a very little amount of effect in the environment, unlike the open burning, that has a drastic amount of effect on the environment. So also plasma gasification, it breaks down the molecular bonds of this liquid waste material, as a result, which results in intense heat in the vessel, that is the vessel whereby this reaction takes place, and the elemental components of this liquid waste are being dissolved. So plasma gasification also produce renewable energy. This is extracted after when the waste has been dissolved. So the energy that is being trapped from this process will now be extracted from another compartment of this device, that is the plasma gasification itself. It will now be extracted from another compartment. So this can be used in powering our household, can be used in powering household, offices. At least this energy, it produce a, let's say that the energy produced from this is not that reliable, but to some extent it can solve the problem of power failure. So this is another method of electricity. So plasma gasification also helps in producing electricity. So another one is composting. That is, composting simply means what would I call it? That is, this is the gathering of waste from plant remains, food trashes, industrial, food packaging industries, and some industrial waste. So these wastes are gathered in a place and they are kept there for a particular period of time for microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, protozoa, E. coli, protists, and many others to act on them. When these bacteria, when they act on them, they decompose the waste and make them become biodegradable, that is, make them become biodegradable. That is, this waste become biodegradable by the action of this microorganism on them. And when they become biodegradable, at least it strengthening, that is, it add more nutrient to the soil. It add more nutrient to the soil, and also increases the the water retention capacity of the soil. It also increase the water retention capacity of the soil. So that's the the function of composting. That is, it helps in increasing the water retention capacity of the soil, and also it also add nutrient to the soil. So this serve uh, as an alternative for organic fertilizer, because organic fertilizer itself, it do have these days, it has a drastic effect on the soil, because it reduce the soil nutrient. And it consists of nitrogen, potassium, calcium, which also have side effects on the soil. So using an alternative method of composting, that is by dissolving, by decomposing our solid waste. So this can serve as an alternative. That is, it has no effect on the soil, but this action is brought about by microorganisms, which act on the soil. That is, they brings about what we call uh, action of that is action of that is microorganisms. They act on the soil, so they bring about what we call organic fertilizer. It acts on the soil and brings about what we call organic fertilizer. So the next one is vermicomposting. So vermicomposting is similar to composting itself. At least in vermicomposting, the only difference is that the action of organic fertilizer or manure is brought about by worm. That is, the effect of worm on the soil. That is, the worm, it produces the enzyme that brings about the decomposition of the soil by adding more nutrients to the soil. And it also increases the water retention of the soil. At least water retention is an important aspect of the soil. Water retention is an important aspect of the soil. It helps in making the soil fertile, which brings about faster germination of the crop. So, and the last one is biogas generation. So biogas generation is one of the most important method of waste disposal or waste management. That is, in biogas generation, uh, biodegradation of waste also takes place. So these are the waste from food items, animal waste, organic industrial waste, from food packaging industries, are sent, that is, they are transferred to the biodegradable plant. And a biodegradable plant is a plant whereby biogas is being generated. Again, a biodegradable plant is a plant whereby biogas is being generated. So it consists of production and secretion of enzymes acting synergetically in the plant cell wall, releasing monomers at the monomers, that is, these monomers, they aggregate, that is, they form aggregates, whereby producing polymer, which is the end product of this reaction. It's just like it's like a polymerization reaction. And these enzymes, they bring about polymerization reaction. And the enzymes that brings about this polymerization reaction are bacteria, fungi, protozoa, protists, nematode too. among others. So biogeneration biogas generation. It can be used. Is a renewable source of energy. Is a renewable source of energy which can be used to power our house, can be used to power our house, it can be used to power our office, it can be used to even power small scale business enterprise. It can be used to power small scale business enterprise because the power, the electricity generated from this is not that much, unlike the common source of electricity. So that is that about biogeneration. So that is that about that is that about method of waste disposal or method of waste management. So let's now proceed to benefits of waste management. So what are the benefits, that is the importance of waste management? So one is it brings about a better environment. Yes, that's it. So when we manage our waste, it will brings about a better environment, that is making our environment to some extent, although waste cannot be eradicated from the environment, because once we say we want to eradicate waste from our environment, it means that man will stop, will go into extinction. Man will not exist again, because so far man tends to exist, there will be there will be waste, and the only way we can eradicate, you can only manage it and control it. We can't eradicate it completely. I believe you get my point. We can't eradicate waste completely. We can only manage it and control it. But for us to eradicate it completely, it is not possible. So benefit of waste management is, like I said earlier on, is that one, it brings about a better environment. When we manage our waste properly, it makes our environment to some extent disease free, because there won't be cases of water pollution, there won't be cases of air pollution, there won't be cases of land pollution too. Because to some extent we try to minimize the release of toxic gases, that is fumes from industry. At least when industry manage our waste properly, at least they create a process whereby it will that they will channel their waste from their production site to the disposal site. At least they've created a channel whereby they can manage their waste from production site to the disposal site as well. So doing this, it will help in minimizing pollution of our environment, and also doing this will also help in minimizing pollution of our water and also air as well. And also this will help in reducing greenhouse gas emission. So greenhouse gas emission is when what's it called, our ozone, that is, these are gases that are released to the atmosphere, which brings about ozone layer depletion. At least ozone layer depletion, this is a layer of the atmosphere that prevent us from experiencing the ultraviolet ray of the sunlight. At least it helps us to it prevents us from witnessing the ultraviolet ray from the sunlight. So when we continue, when we don't manage our waste properly, there will be reduction in the ozone layer, and when there is reduction in the ozone layer and then when there is ozone layer depletion, I mean, this will cause a drastic effect on our environment, and this can also lead to endanger human life. At least So that's that about that. That's that about the first one. So the other one is it reduces pollution. Yes, proper management of waste reduces pollution. As in when waste are properly managed, it helps to reduce the intensity of harmful greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases like I believe I've explained what greenhouse gases mean. So greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, carbon two oxide, methane gases as well, which are released or which are emitted from industries, from the action of landfilling, from factories and many others. So the third one is that it conserves energy. It conserves energy. Yes, proper management of waste conserve energy in the sense that it helps in recycling. It helps in recycling. At least recycling simply means at least the packaging of waste product for proper use. That is what recycling is. Again, recycling is the repackaging or processing of waste product in order to produce new products from it. That is recycling. And recycling also helps in reducing cost of production. It helps in reducing cost of production. At least cost of production in production companies like paper paper production company, plastic production company, rubber production company and many others. So like when we recycle our used paper and we try to, that is it can serve as a source of income for us sef. That is when we recycle it, that is we gather it together and we give it to the waste collectors. That is there are people that do buy this, they buy it, that is those that are into recycling. So we gather it together and we give it to them, so they will take it to their office, that is and they will scale it. You take it to their office, they scale it. So there is a particular amount for each, that is they measure it in kilos. So when there is a particular amount of money for each kilo. And when we do this, e serve as a source of income for us. That is, you see that when we manage our waste properly, it will also fetch us money. So that's that. So it helps in reducing pollution. And it helps in conserving energy. It helps in conserving energy. So and also it also helps in reducing our carbon footprint. It helps in reducing our carbon footprint. And you know when I say carbon footprint simply means this carbon footprint, sorry. This is the amount of carbon dioxide released by individual due to its daily activities. Again, carbon footprint is the amount of carbon dioxide that is released by an individual due to its daily activities. This when we that is by we driving or by we cooking or even when we work sef, or when we work, the heat that we generate from our body, this also when it is being when it diffuse to the to the atmosphere, this cause the environment, it converts it to, that is the oxygen in our environment, it converts it to carbon dioxide. So which also reduces our ozone layer. At least it reduce our ozone layer, leading to greenhouse effect. So that is that about that. So another one is that it also creates employment. It creates employment. When we manage our waste properly, it creates employment. That is, there are many industries at least that are into this eco-friendly practice. There are many industries that are into this eco-friendly practice, and this is the way they do it. That is, they recycle products, they recycle waste products, that is such as plastic. Like for example now, what is it called? Our plastic water, our plastic drinks, and metal, as in our can drinks as well. So this can be recycled, and when they are recycled, instead of using raw materials to produce new ones, they will rather take the used ones and they will recycle it. And when they recycle it, this will also reduce cost of production, that is production of new ones. And when this is done, it also helps in reducing the use of raw materials. It helps in reducing the use of raw materials. And it helps in conserving use of raw materials in production of these stuffs. So another one is cartons. Yes, carton. Yes, carton. Many of us nowadays don't know that there is money in carton, and there is money in carton. And many people now sell cartons. The people nowadays, I don't know, but in my place in Lagos, people are now going, they are now venturing into this carton business. Yes, people nowadays are now making huge amount of money from carton. That is, they try to gather cartons, and when they gather this carton, they keep it, and by keeping it, so when it is much, they will not they even they try to get a bus that will help them take it to the recycle station. And when they get to the recycle station, they will hand it over to the recycle officers. And when they hand it over to the recycle officers, what they will do is that they will take it to their weighing station, and they weigh it as in in kilos, using their scale, and they weigh it in kilo. And I bet you they make huge amount of money from just recycling cartons. You can see how good it is for us to manage our waste properly. So I will implore every one of us that we should manage our waste properly. So because there are many ways by which we can make money. You can be looking at this is stressful, I don't need it, but these days there are many ways that this can just serve as passive income to you. There are many ways by which people make money. So you just doing this, that is practicing a good habit of waste, of managing your waste, e can fetch you money. When you practice a good habit of managing waste, e can fetch you money. So I will implore us to manage our waste properly. So the next one is making a difference. Yes, yes, yes. So the next one is making a difference. So when we manage our waste properly, so by managing our waste properly, we give back to the society. That is, we help to revive our society. By reviving our society, by giving our society, our environment a better look. Because when you go out there now, you go to the market, you go to what's it called, to recreational center, you go to uh, leisure mall, you go to the supermarket, you see that everywhere is being messed up, because nobody now encourage proper waste management. Nobody now encourage that the proper waste management. This is how we manage waste. Nobody encourages this again. Nobody like try to orientate people on how we can manage waste. People are no more doing it. And the law enforcement agency nowadays, they don't even impose what is it called?
penalty on mismanagement of waste. I believe our government need to do more to this. That is when, because when we don't manage our waste properly, it will result in infection. And when it results in infection, that is when we don't manage our waste properly, rate of infection will increase. And when rate of infection increase, the rate of mortality rate will also increase. There will be an increase in mortality rate. So that's a very good reason why we need to manage our waste properly. And also we also need to educate people. And it will go to that is you cannot do this when you go to the market or you go to places whereby you know that they don't really know the adverse that the people there, they don't really know the adverse effects of mismanagement of waste on the environment, on even they themselves as a person. So you try to educate them, you talk to them that okay, when you don't manage your waste properly, it will have an adverse effect on you. It will even harm you yourself. And also, you also tell them, you educate them that okay, you can make money from managing your waste. At least when you recycle your plastic bottle, your canned drinks, and some other things that okay, they are like maybe they are plastic or buckets that are no more in use. They can also recycle it and they will take it to the recycling station where they can make money from it. And then when you tell people this thing, people will be happy because people like anything that gives them money. Yeah, that's it. People like what gives them money. Because when people don't see when they don't make money from something, they don't really give good attention to it. They don't pay attention to it, but they will just be like, this guy is just telling me to add. But when you try to give them reason why they should try to adopt proper waste management practice, you see that they will want to listen to you. So on the final note, I will I would like to see one or two things concerning proper waste management. That is, so we need to manage waste properly. That is to avoid contamination. You can see that here and there people are being infected. Now, and you know that we are in the era of COVID-19, and you know, like COVID-19 to me, it paused the world. At least COVID-19, it paused the world for and it's also shocked the world. This is a sign for us that when we don't manage our waste properly, when we don't take care of our environment, these are the 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 penalty that we as human will pay for it. And that's the reason why we need to manage our environment, our environment properly. At least by managing our waste. When we manage our waste, our environment will be eco-friendly and it will be safer for us as human as well. So that is that about that. So I thank you all for listening to my presentation and also to my host for giving me this privilege to discuss on waste management. So I think it will be sufficient for me to stop here.
All right, all right. Well done, well done, well done. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Can you try to turn on your video? Let's see if network will permit us. All right. So well done. It was an amazing presentation. It was very nice to hear your perspective. It could get quite boring when we hear things from the um direct kind of view, the stats kind of view, the professional kind of view. It was very nice to hear from your perspective. I liked the way you added your personal experience, the direct relationship between people, waste management, source of income, the effect on environment and all that. That was very amazing. So now we would like to take questions from people that watched this session. So we'll wait for like 1 minute to see if anyone would have any question for you to answer. And in the absence of that, we'll be bringing today's session to an end. So while waiting, for a minute for people to ask questions. So yeah, actually, when you started the first time, and you were discussing, I wanted to ask you, oh, is that all? But yes, it is nice. Waste management cut across, I think, every facet of like the industry. Um, Talking about SP, we had our last SP talks, with Separable. He told us in refineries we don't just dispose waste, we still refine those waste, we still try to extract them from them, and we make sure that we do it effectively. So yes, we've had something on wastewater management as well in SPOE, where we discussed, how water is being treated by a professional from Nigerian breweries. So yes, waste management is very important. We can see the effect everywhere around us, streets in Lagos, everywhere, dump sites, water pollution and all that. So yeah, it is really amazing, and you've really done a fantastic job, informing us about the effects, how we can manage it, and ways to control it. Ways that every Nigerian listening to this can relate to directly to control it. So well done, well done. Okay,
All right,
so
it's a pleasure to me.
yeah, no problem, no problem. So yeah, I cannot see any question here. So, in the absence of no question, what else would you like to inform us before we say our goodbyes and we come back here, or I come back here next Saturday? So, what else would you like to say to us or people watching?
Okay, what I would like to say is that okay, the people should try to cultivate the habit of not disposing waste anyhow. As you see, when you walk around the streets, you see people just dispose. Maybe after maybe they finish, as in maybe eating something, they'll just throw it away. That's not okay. Doing this, it will harm us. That is, we need to cultivate the habit of trying to keep waste to ourselves, as in waste product to that is waste product to ourselves. Maybe after we finish eating something, or maybe we finish drinking, maybe our bottled water or canned drinks, we try to keep it. And when we get to a place whereby we have refuse bin, we can then throw it there. Not that we just litter the environment anyhow. That's bad. That's bad because it will surely harm us when we continue with this kind of habits. So we need to cultivate the habit of not throwing waste around us.
All right, all
So
right. Thank
that
you very much. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. I thought you were done.
so another thing I would like to say is that also we can also cultivate the habit of, as in our household, can cultivate the habit of using waste bin, because many people nowadays they don't even care about using waste bin sef. They don't care about using waste bin nowadays. So we can cultivate the habit of using waste bin and we also use it properly. That's one major thing. Again, we try to use it properly. And then using it properly in the sense that okay, we try to separate waste. And then we separate the liquid waste from the solid waste. So when we separate the liquid waste from the solid waste, because when we don't do this, we just keep them together. And in doing the what would I call it? During the process of we trying to compile this waste for the waste collectors to come and take them, there are some microorganisms that will act on this waste. And when they act on the waste, they will release some harmful gases, which can result to what is it called? To pollution. It can result to pollution of our environment, that is causing air pollution. So also we need to
try to manage waste properly, and it's by separating them. And also, and one last thing I would like to say is that we should also cultivate the habit of trying to manage our waste product also. That is in the sense that, let's say for example now, our used clothes that we know that, okay, this clothes I can still give it out to people, because this clothes, as in there are some people that they can still use those our clothes that we will feel that, okay, this clothes is not okay for me again. So instead of us discarding them, throwing them away, we can give it to people that we know that, okay, this will be of use to them. Or maybe our bag, or any our what's called our any of our furnitures, as if furniture, sorry, our, what is it called,
Fantastic.
our wares, sorry, our wares, can just give it out to people that we know that, okay, they will still need it, instead of us discarding it anyhow. But when we discard it, it causes, what's it called, pollution. That is when they become much in our environment, so it causes pollution. So we can just try this as well. So instead of us discarding them anyhow. So that is that about that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I'm very sure our viewers would agree with, you know, with those points, and I'm very sure they would definitely adhere to, you know, those recommendations. Thank you very much for today. This, you know, amazing session, and you did great. Thank you very much, Salam Idris. Well, with the absence of any question, we'll be bringing today's session to an end. I remain your host, Ifeoluwa Akiemi. Remember to join us every Saturday by 12 p.m. to discuss. Yes, let's interact. So please, to discuss various topics, please always engage us. Be sure to watch, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend. So
All right.
bye bye everyone. Yeah, bye bye Salam Idris.
Okay.